Hello student. Science first third chapter chemical reaction and equation. In this we were studying about the type of chemical equation. On the basis of number of reactant and product formed in the chemical reaction, I told you there are four type of reaction: combination reaction, decomposition, displacement and double displacement reaction. In that I had explained you combination reaction. Next one is the second type of chemical reaction is decomposition reaction. Some activities given in your book. First one is the take some sugar in evaporating dish and heat it with the help of burner. After some time you will see the formation of burn out black substance inside the evaporation dish. What must happen in this reaction? In this reaction, when you burn the sugar, then sugar get burns, and after burning of sugar, white black color carbon is remain in the dish. When you heated the sugar, sugar can divided into two substance. This is the formula of sugar, C is 12 H22O11. When we heated this sugar, it can converted into the carbon and water is gets evaporated. 11 is 2. Means when a sugar is heated, a single sugar divided into the two substance carbon and water. In this reaction, reactant is only one, but products are two or more. Now, next reaction is given in your book. Next activity, in a test tube, take some calcium carbonate, fit it with a bent tube to this test tube with the help of rubber cork. Insert the other end of the bent tube in the freshly prepared lime water. See, this is the tube. In this calcium carbonate is taken with rubber cork, bent tube is added, and the other end of bent tube is fitted with the other test tube having the lime water. Now start heating the test tube which have calcium carbonate. You will see that after some times lime water turns milky. What happens? Why the lime water turns milky? Heating the calcium carbonate. When you heated the calcium carbonate divide into the two substances, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide released into the bent tube and comes to the lime water. As you know that due to the presence of carbon dioxide, lime water turns milky. Means in this reaction, when calcium carbonate CaCO3 is heated, it converted into the two substances calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Like that, when hydrogen peroxide H2O2 it is heated, it converted into the two substances water and oxygen. In this reaction there is reactant is only one, product are two. You have learned that when hydrogen when water is heat when water is passed through the acidated water, when electricity is passed through the acidated water, what will happen? When electricity is passed through the acidated water means some small amount of water is added to small amount of sulfuric acid is added to the water. That water is called as the acidulated water. So when electric current is passes through the acidulated water, water gets converted into the hydrogen and oxygen. Here reaction is given 2H2O, 2H2 and O2. In this you can see that reactant is only one, product are two. In all the example you have seen that the reactant is only one but products are two. The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant, that reaction is called as the decomposition reaction. What is the decomposition reaction? The chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as the decomposition reaction. Okay. Many degradation process takes place in the nature in the surrounding to us. Organic waste is decomposed by the some microorganism. As a result, manure and biogas is formed. This is biogas is used as fuel. This is also decomposition reaction. Next reaction is the displacement reaction. Third type of reaction is displacement reaction. You have already done an activity in which zinc, you have taken copper sulfate solution. In that copper sulfate solution, zinc dust were added. As you know that copper sulfate solution is blue in color. When we adding the zinc dust in that, after some time you will see that the blue color of copper sulfate is disappear. Why? Because when we add the zinc dust in the solution of copper sulfate, then by the reaction zinc sulfate is formed, that is colorless. When copper sulfate formula is CuSO4, it is blue in color. When in dash zinc dash is added, so what happened? Zinc sulfate is formed and copper is taken away from the reaction. Here in copper sulfate solution there is a copper metal. When you are adding the zinc metal, zinc ion, that zinc ion displaces the copper atom from the copper sulfate solution and zinc sulfate is formed. Means zinc ion take the place of the copper ion in this reaction. It means zinc has displaces the copper. The reaction, you know that zinc is the more reactive than the copper. Therefore, zinc displaces the copper from the reaction and new product is formed. Zinc sulfate and copper is removed from the copper sulfate. The reaction in which place of ion of less reactive element is in a compound is taken by the another more reactive element by the formation of own ions, it is called as the displacement reaction. See, in this reaction copper ion is a in copper sulfate there is a copper ion and in zinc dust there is a zinc ion. When zinc ion takes the place of copper ion and makes own solution, that reaction is called as the displacement reaction. Therefore, the definition of displacement reaction is the reaction in which the place of ion of least reactive element in a compound is taken by the other more reactive element by the formation of its own ion, then that reaction is called as the displacement reaction. Some example of displacement reaction is also given copper sulfate in copper sulfate solution. If you put the iron particle, iron dust, then it will form ferrous sulfate and copper is removed from that. Means copper which is more reactive, it displaces the less reactive ion copper from the reaction. When in copper sulfate lead is added, the lead sulfate is formed. Lead displaces the copper. This is the displacement reaction. Now, fourth reaction is the double displacement reaction. In the in the uh, in this chapter, equation number 9, in which sodium chloride is formed, sorry, silver chloride is formed when aqueous solution of sodium chloride or and silver nitrate, when aqueous solution of sodium chloride and silver nitrate are reacted with each other, you will find you have learned that silver chloride, white precipitate of silver chloride is formed and sodium nitride is formed. In this reaction you can say, see, silver chloride, there is a sodium positive ion and chloride negative ion. In silver nitrate there is a silver positive ion and nitrate negative ion. When these two solutions came in contact, a reaction takes place. Then what will happen? See that in this reaction, in reactant with silver chloride ion, negative ion, positive ion is the sodium. When reaction takes place, and what will happen? The positive ion of the silver nitrate take the place of the positive ion of the sodium chloride. Means there is exchange of ion and the precipitate is formed. Ions are get exchanged. Positive ion from sodium chloride and positive ion from the silver nitrates get exchanged. Silver's position taken by the sodium and sodium ion's position is taken by the silver and precipitate is formed. So this reaction is called as the displacement reaction. The reaction in which ions in the reactants are exchanged to form precipitate. That reaction is called as the double displacement reaction. The reaction in which ions in the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate is called as the double displacement reaction. Now in your book there is given one activity called activity 3, in which potassium chromate is added into the solution of barium sulfate. Potassium chromate K2CrO4 and barium sulfate BSO4. When potassium chromate is added into the aqueous solution of barium sulfate, what happens? You will see that yellow color precipitate is formed in this reaction. In your book, a question is asked, what was the color of precipitate? When potassium chromate and barium sulfate react with each other, the yellow color precipitate is formed. What is the name of that precipitate? Barium chromate. What is the name of that precipitate? Barium chromate. What is the reaction of that? When potassium chromate K2CrO4 added to the barium sulfate BaSO4, what is formed? Potassium sulfate is formed and yellow color precipitate of barium chromate is formed. Like that. KS2CrO4 plus BaSO4, K2SO4 plus precipitate of barium chromate BaCrO4. BaCrA4. In this reaction, you can see that in potassium chromate, potassium is a positive ion, chromate is the negative ion. Barium sulfate, barium is the positive ion or sulfate is the negative ion. In this reaction also, the potassium ion and barium ion are exchanged to each other. Potassium ion take the place of barium ion and barium ion take in the place of potassium ion and precipitate of barium chromate is formed. Therefore, this is also the displacement reaction. So on the basis of reactant and product, there are four types of reaction: combination, decomposition, displacement, and double displacement. Now, on the basis of heat observed or heat taken outside, there are two type of reaction: endothermic and exothermic reaction. Heat is observed in various reaction and heat is given out in the various reaction. According to that, there are two type of reaction: endothermic reaction and exothermic reaction. You have seen the some physical changes, for example, melting of ice, dissolution of potassium nitrate in water, means potassium nitrate get dissolved in water. What happened? When ice melt, how the ice melt? When we heat the ice absorb the heat and it gets melted. Or if you put the ice in the environment, the ice will absorb the environmental heat and turns into the water. Means when melts, and it means it converted into water, it absorbs the heat. Like the dissolution of potassium nitrate in water. When water dissolve in water, potassium nitrate get dissolved in water, we have to heat them. Then only it can dissolve in water. When we heat the potassium nitrate in water, then only it can dissolve in water. Means in this reaction, in this reaction, heat is absorbed by the chemical reaction. Therefore, the reaction in which heat is absorbed, that is called as the endothermic reaction. The reaction in which heat is absorbed, that is called as the endothermic reaction. On the other hand, when the ice is formed, it gets cool. Means when it cool means it gives its heat from into the environment. Or dissolution of sodium hydroxide in water. When sodium hydroxide get dissolved in water, yes, more amount of heat is generated. Means heat is given out in the environment. Therefore, in these two reactions, heat is given out. The reaction in which heat is evolved or heat is given out, that reaction is called as the exothermic reaction. If you add the water in the concentrated sulfuric acid, a large amount of heat is liberated. Large amount of heat is get evolved. When you add the water in the sulfuric acid, large amount of heat is evolved. Means it is also exothermic reaction. But while dissolving the water in the sulfuric acid, we must take some care, because when you add water in the sulfuric acid, is very large amount of excessive heat is generated. Due to that, water turns into the vapor, and it can cause accident. It can burn our mouth, it can burn our hands also. To avoid this accident, required amount of water is taken into glass water, then a small quantity of concentrated sulfuric acid is added at a time with stirring. Not directly taking the water into sulfuric acid. First take some small amount of water in a beaker, then add small amount of sulfuric acid in that, then stir it. Add small amount of sulfuric acid in that, then stir it. Then in this way, only small amount of heat will liberate at a time and accident will not take place. Okay. One other practical is given in your book. To take two plastic bottle, measuring cylinder, in one bottle take potassium nitrate, in other bottle take sodium hydroxide. In if potassium nitrate takes 5 gram, put potassium 5 gram potassium nitrate in one bottle, add water and shake well. Note the temperature. Put 5 gram of potassium nitrate, sodium hydroxide in other bottle and put some water and shake well. In the first bottle, dissolution of potassium nitrate took place. In second bottle, dissolution of sodium hydroxide took place. As you observe, when dissolution of potassium nitrate takes place in water, we have to give the heat from the surrounding. Without heating, it cannot dissolve in water. Means in dissolution of potassium nitrate, KNO3, heat is absorbed. Therefore, that is a endothermic reaction. And in dissolution of sodium hydroxide, heat is liberated, heat is given out. Therefore, temperature of solution gets increases. That it means that is a exothermic reaction. Like that, there is exchange of heat in chemical reaction as well. According to for that, if you heat the calcium carbonate, calcium oxide is formed and carbon dioxide is formed. This heat is given in the heat is absorbed in that, therefore it is a endothermic reaction. If calcium oxide is added to water, calcium hydroxide is formed and heat is evolved. That is a exothermic reaction. The question can be asked in your exam ki in the endothermic reaction heat is absorbed in, then why the temperature of solution does not increases. In endothermic reaction, heat is absorbed by the substance, but why does not temperature of that reaction, that solution gets increases. When in endothermic reaction, when heat is absorbed and chemical reaction takes place, the new substance is formed. So while new substance is formed, means bonding between the substances break and new bond is formed. So whatever heat is given to the reactant, that heat is used by the reactant to break its bond. That's why temperature of the reactants does not increases. Okay, thank you.